Was I remember the particular day on Instagram, we saw a young person. I think that was our turning point.
Yeah.
We saw a young guy from Abu Dhabi.
He was 9
9.
years as at this.
That's him 9 years. So at 9 years, he programmed. So now when we have us go to the beach and have fun, after having fun, we litter, right? But this guy sat down and asked a different question. How do I help pick these dirt that end up going into the water body? So what he did is he programmed a robot at age 9 to pick out water waste
Wow.
from the water bodies and around. And at that point, we're now like, at age 9, this person did this. Also, what were we doing at age 9? So we even still asked the question, what were we doing at age 9? So that was when we got to know about the term change makers. These are people that work towards creating change, and we started volunteering for
organizations.
organizations.
We're like, these are our people.
Yes.
We felt like we belonged to a group of people that like want to change the world and the rest. But it was more like we were searching for them. So we felt so excited. Yes, we're like,
I'm a lover of girls and advancement and growth. Not just Founders Unfiltered, but something really dear to my heart. We have a program called Founders on Campus. It's a project that, should I say, speaks a lot to our vision, helping young girls to find their path, their goals, and generally mentorship, not just from us, but from other people who have gone ahead in their industries, different industries. And what interests me the most is that while we are thinking of doing this, we already have people who have already put this in action. They have gone ahead to educate, they've gone ahead to create, they've gone ahead to set platforms and structures that would not just help them, but other women, other young girls across schools, across different educational institutions, different fields, different career paths. And it's amazing. What is more amazing is that these people are from my state. I sit here really, really proud of these twin girls, beautiful ebony looking girls who have not just created something, but created something really, really unique. And this has stemmed off the paths their parents have created for them. When we talk about parenting, we talk about influence, we talk about exemplary leadership, we talk about growth, we talk about a lot of things when it comes to parenting. And I always say, what do you leave for your children? For this set of twins, their parents left a footprint in humanitarian services. Maybe very big shoes, but they've done their best and they're still pushing really hard to fit into these shoes. And not just fit in to stay in the shoes, but to grow. I'm talking about girls who have earned and been featured in several international on several international platforms. They've earned several awards. They become an eye of greatness. So today I welcome Uforo and Eduik Nsentip.
Thank you.
It's an honor to be on your podcast today.
I will say it's an honor to have you. How many times people used to sit down with international people? Well, thank you for the work you do. Thank you for the efforts you've put in. Thank you for paving the way for young people. Thank you for showing young people, young girls, that you can if you put yourself to do it. Everything starts and progresses not just in the mind, but when you take action. You can conceive an idea, you can have a plan, but the moment you take action on those plans, it becomes visible. People model after actions, not ideas alone. When it's ideas, it just stays. But when it's action, when it's being put in motion, which is what people have been doing with the different projects you do, different programs you've put up across schools, I want to say thank you, because a lot of people are looking at it. I've listened to you guys, and you guys are wonderful, excellent.
Thank you.
So I give it to, let's say, let me ask you before we proceed. What is the Nsentip Twins Foundation about?
Thank you for the question, Ma. So, Nsentip Twins Foundation is a youth-led organization led by my twin and I, that's Nsentip, and I, Nsentip. So, it aims to achieve the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals through different projects. So our specialty for now is quality education, that's SDG4. So we just champion education, personalized learning, the transformative education for that matter. We have so many projects, education. We have another in mental health. So we have this project called Novel Glitters, where we send inspirational and motivational letters to people across Africa. And we've had a wonderful testimonial from a mother who was going through treatment, and she was like, our letters helped her during her treatment.
Chemotherapy.
Cancer,
yeah, cancer.
And then we have Girls Community for Change, where we teach girls, train girls on so many skills. I think that project ran for like 8 months. There was an outreach we had.
Where did that happen?
At
Share Grace
Arena. It was a partnership,
Okay.
yes, with Share Grace Foundation and Rebranding Foundation. So that ran for like 8 months. Then we also, and that project got featured and recognized by the United Nations Women, United Nations Foundation,
Amazing.
and its legs. Then we currently have Live and Learn that we're working on. That's an educational project as well, where we identify the problem in learning the educational system. We are not trained to experience personalized learning. It's a one size fits all learning, where we have students having different personalities, different learning styles. So using a one size fits all learning pattern is not
Ideal.
It's not ideal. So we came up with our project Live and Learn that has its own curriculum, where it's just an augmented curriculum. So we teach so many things, financial literacy, so you do not graduate from school still navigating life.
This is tailored to students.
Yes. Then we also teach so many things as well, different skills. Yeah, so that's that for Live and Learn project. I think that's just a little about organization.
So is it
Yeah.
tailored to girls or to students generally?
Yeah, generally.
Generally. And you've launched it?
Yes, ma. It's currently happening in schools. Yes, in a few schools. We just work there. Yes.
You see, back then when I was in school, right? I'm sure there were programs like this, but we're not quite exposed to them. Take me back 11 years. No, is it 11 years? Maybe 11 years. I think I finished 11 years ago. I didn't know. Maybe there were, but I didn't know of programs like this. But I feel like you guys are doing a whole lot, and it's really encouraging because people learn. I sat here, I had a conversation before we started, and you told me you have about 8 to 9 models of learning. Now, an average person just believes that the model of learning is the regular curriculum. Go to school, the lecturer goes on the board, teaches, or maybe if you want to diversify, it could be the one for the people that are visually impaired, right? Would you use the braille like that? So apart from that, I don't think I know anyone. Do you want to let us know, maybe in a very short time, the models?
Okay. So we have 8 multiple intelligence, and it was proposed by Howard Gardner, a professor from Harvard University, and he came up with the theory that we have people that learn in different ways. Now, the first one, in no particular order, we have the logical, mathematical intelligence. These are people that are good at reasoning. They can solve math problem very fast. And we have the second one is linguistic intelligence. Now, we discovered that in learning, it's mostly people with logical, mathematical, and linguistic intelligence that they call the gurus. A person is smart, and they leave others behind. So spatial intelligence is the third one, and this has to do with people that are very good at puzzles, visuals. They learn through visuals, map reading, diagrams, and they can easily remember parts to different houses.
They have photographic memories.
Yes, things like that. Yes. And for the fourth one is bodily kinesthetic. They learn by doing. So if you're a teacher and you go to class and you talk from morning till night, they don't understand.
Practical.
Yes. And then we have teachers label them like as lazy people, unfocused, whereas they don't relate to that type of learning. So learning is not personalized. So now they love carrying out experiments, bodily kinesthetic. They are good at sports, experiments. Then we have interpersonal intelligence. They learn in groups. They love people. They understand people better. Then we have intrapersonal intelligence. People that learn through understanding themselves. Oh, why did I react this way? Or they could learn by themselves. No matter how you explain whatever you want to explain to them, they want to go back and so they learn better. And we also have naturalistic intelligence. These people, they love nature. These are the climate change makers. They care for nature. They carry out research on anything. They want to know how this happened in terms of nature and the rest. And they are adventurous people. They could like traveling too. Then for the next one is existential intelligence. These are people that are deep thinkers. So they ask questions like why did this happen? Why am I on earth? What's my passion? So they ask why. So you could have a teacher come talk to them that maybe in biology, cell is the basic unit of life, and in their mind they're like, why is it the basic unit of life? And teacher did not explain it, they've just zoned out. Things like that.
Are they depressed people?
No, they are not depressed people. They're just people they are mostly people like philosophers. So they could study systems, gritty of things.
So they stick to the why first.
The why first, yes, first before any other thing. So they ask deep questions like, why is this happening? Or why are people like this? And they mostly come up with theories because they study people more, they study things more.
So I'd say that maybe we get to see these people. Yes. We've not been able to put names to them.
Yes.
Yeah, so having this conversation has taken me back to the classroom.
Yes.
Right? And also people around me, let's say just in a split second I've been able to point out 4 people that learn by doing.
Yes.
So theirs is just when you're done, let's do the practical. So they get it very fast. And for someone like me that has a very photographic memory, I don't know if you're that, but it's that photographic memory. So long as I've gotten to that place once, or even past, I'm good. I will remember it in my dream. Anywhere, I'll remember it. Let me just pass. So it comes naturally. But then again, having this conversation, you're focused more on students. Don't you think that the people educating the students are also a primary factor in this process? Do you get?
Yes.
So let's take for instance, have you watched this movie like Stars on Earth?
Yes.
Or the movie?
Yes.
We're on the same path then. So you see the young boy who everyone thought was autistic.
Yes.
He wasn't autistic. Maybe he was, but his own method of learning was very different. His patterns, it took a teacher to be able to understand that. I watched it, I think maybe up to 8 or 9 years ago, but it's still fresh because the lessons learned from that movie were very, very deep. It took a teacher to understand that this child is not the regular child. He wasn't mad, he wasn't dumb, he just learned differently, which boils down to what people are doing, putting it out there that you can learn a thing in several ways. You just have to identify what works for what. But that's, in totality, is a great fit. And we'll be here. I found her to support you any way we can. Yeah, of course it will. We will.
Thank you, Ma. So you said something about
the teachers, the educators.
So how it works is we also train teachers as well. We have toolkits for teachers where we get to let them understand student learning pattern, ways they can adjust their teaching styles to suit So they do not end up giving a one-size-fits-all learning.
Yeah.
What's the reception like in schools?
So it's okay, it's good. It's something that they are not really used to. So now how it works is we go to a school and we give them the multiple intelligence survey. So their students fill the form and we calculate the average intelligence. So now we use that information to help shape the teacher's teaching model. So when you're teaching this class, you have more of bodily kinesthetic students. So when you're doing this, you have to do this so that everybody flows. And then for our Live and Learn project, the direct beneficiaries are the students, teachers, and the school owners. So the indirect beneficiaries are the parents, because parents are also important factors in children's learning, and policy makers. So no matter what we do in schools, we need to scale, right? So that's where the whole policy we making decision comes in. We get data, the data we use it to help shape the educational system.
Okay. Interesting. And the schools are taking it in private schools, public schools?
Yes, no, private schools, because they have a curriculum that is easier to work
manage.
with.
Is it paid?
Scale to
Public schools.
It's called public schools. Are these services paid for?
Yes, they are paid for. Aside only carrying out multiple intelligence activities, there are other things we do in schools too.
Okay.
So we shape their model. In school, we didn't really have activities that brought that global citizenship environment to us. So we give that to schools too. We'll make your school a school that is in line with the United Nations. We could make it have direct partnership with United Nations, have access to grant opportunities. In schools, we have students creating wonderful projects, but it's not seen. So we're like the gap between schools and global opportunities, and shape. Our interest is just a transformed education, making sure things we didn't experience while growing up, the future generation.
So I think I found great partners, because I know that Founders on Campus Tour is a platform where we get to discover students, not just in education, but students that are creating amazing stuff on campus, different campuses. We are kicking off with about 12 campuses across the southern region of Nigeria to see how we can give not just visibility, but we can also lend support, not just mentorship, but mentorship that yields, right? And see how we can push for the founders on campus to get some grants as well to advance their businesses. So I'm very sure that we get to work together ahead of that too. But now, let's have a conversation. Who's first? So we're talking about confidence and competence, right?
Yes.
What matters the most? What does competence look like to you?
Competence is...
I like it to loosen up. I like it to be free.
Okay, so competence is more of the hands-on experience, abilities, what you can do, your skills. Yes, so that's competence.
Confidence?
Okay, then confidence is your ability to show up.
So do you think a blend of both is what you need, or you think one supersedes the other?
Well, of course, you need a blend of both. For it's important to have both, to be competent and confident, because if, for instance, you are competent, you have skills, but you're not confident enough to show it, you won't be known, and you will not reach the right people you are meant to reach. Maybe your project is meant to, maybe your skills is meant to help more people, impacting more people who are looking for what you have. But because you're not confident enough to show up, it gets hidden.
Well, I'd love to add to what you said. So there was a research that was carried out by two psychologists, Pauline and Susan, in 1978. Yeah, and they carried out an experiment on women, and they noticed that women that were more skilled had issues showing up. Yes, and that and that was what they termed imposter syndrome. So it affects competent people. You feel like you're not good enough, or your life is a lie, like your achievements, you're a fraud, that everything's just happening so fast and the rest. So it tends to keep competent people silent.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's even happening up to now, right? Yeah. A lot of people who are really good, really skilled. I mean, I get to talk to people, and they're like, "What do you want me to come and say?" We send an invitation, someone like, and you know that this person is good. Sometimes you need upwards to counter what people say. You need the external validation. Sometimes people outside actually see what you're doing. You're doing great, you're doing amazing, but you do not even believe that you are doing amazing. So we get to talk to people, and you hear things like, what do you want me to come and say? I don't know what to say. Am I really that good? I'm like, you are good. If you're not saying it, we are saying it. And we'll get there. We'll make it better. We'll get to the point where women, even men, but women, well, because we are on Founders Unfiltered, will get to own up to their skills, own up to their space, come out, be bold, challenge the status quo, speak up. That's why platforms like this are created, so you can speak up, you can talk, you can show up. I heard something recently. The first and most important part of success, 80% of your success, is first of all showing up. When you show up, you can show the skill. But now we're dealing with two of you. There's always somebody in a set of twin that says, let's go. There's always someone that says, we can. There's someone that says, do we have the skill to? And another person that says, we can. So let's say the dreamer and the doer. Something comes out and somebody is saying, okay, do we have the skills to? The other person says, oh yeah, let's go. We'll do it on the way. So who is the person among the two of you?
Okay, so there's always a problem with that question. The fact that there's no twin that wants to agree that this type of first thing. But being a twin often comes with, I feel like it's a kind of periodic thing, because today I could own this particular personality and my twin is the opposite, and then the next time we switch personalities a lot.
So there are so many factors.
You're supposed to be scared.
No.
What do you switch
it depends on a project. Maybe one particular twin is known to be a dreamer, like, oh, let's do this, let's do that, and the other twin do we have what it takes to do it? Then another project could come when they're like, the one that was like,
do we have what it takes becomes
who does it more? Who does the competence thing? Who does the confidence thing more? Help me! I want to know who.
I think it's just two of us.
Yeah.
Hey, I should find a way so that I will experience this thing properly. Okay, so going on projects, right? I know that started doing project at the age of 16. 16. Crazy time. At the age of 16, I just finished secondary school. I mean, I was still thinking of how to get life together, But then, for you to get on a project at the age of 16 means that you started seeing challenges at the age of 16.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. So, what has that journey been for you? Mm-hmm. I want to, here on Founders Unfiltered podcast, we say it how it is.
Okay.
We do not mince it. We do not cover. We do not hide. We try as much as possible not to hold back. You want to cry, you cry. You want to laugh, you laugh. But we want you to be honest enough to share your wins, honest enough to share your losses, your sad times, your good times, because we believe that people learn not just from good times, but from vulnerable moments too.
Yeah.
So from 16 till now, your age is between me and you. Right? From 16 till now, can you take us through very quickly, what has been your challenge?
Okay, so let me take you. You add to it. So let me take you to our journey before age 16.
There was a journey before age 16.
Yes.
What am I doing this life?
There's always been a journey.
It's like a reincarnator, so I'll start fast. Okay.
Okay, so we've always been precocious kids, meaning we act older than our age, and I think I will give it to our training. So growing up, we come from a family that believes in three tenets: God first, education, and humanity, service to humanity and nature.
Your parents Rotarians?
Yes, they are.
They're Rotarians.
Are they all Rotarians? No, they are not.
Okay.
But I think my dad should be, maybe, because I think I've seen a Rotary thing in his cupboard before.
No, I asked. Service to humanity. Call Rotary.
Yeah. And that's actually our mission: service to serving humanity and nature. Yeah. So our training was different. We enjoyed our childhood, but we also had, our training taught us that we have the superficial part of life and the deep part of life. So you know that as you're playing, you're having fun, you're doing the normal thing, there's also a part of you that has to give back, because that's a fulfilled life. And then our training spanned from watching people achieve things, great women like Chimamanda Adichie, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, etc. And we had moments where we follow our dad to orphanages on festive period, on unfestive period, our mom to our parents, and it was just amazing. We saw it as a way of life. It was pretty normal to us. So as we grew older, and it affected our thinking, because we'll have times where people older, like as at then, were like 9-10 years, or have people in their 20s, 30s, telling us a problem they have so that we can help solve it for them. Advise them.
Another thing I also want to chip in is that we were around people older than us. So our friends back then were
older people.
Younger people.
That has a way of shaping your mindset, the way you think. Yeah.
So we now had a period, and we ask questions a lot. But people would be like, people ask questions a lot, please just shift. Things like that.
It's good.
Yeah, it's good.
Look where you are now. It's good.
So at age 9, we had a lesson from our civic education teacher, and then he was teaching us about responsibilities of government and that of the citizens. And after telling us things, he was, the responsibility of government and students and citizens, like, is that all? Like, all we do is just obey traffic lights, we can't do more than that. But to others, based on their intelligence, it could just be a normal conversation, but to us it was different.
Yeah, and I want to chip in something too. That was like a conflict to us, because we knew that in this life there was more to it. There was more we could offer. So coming to school and hearing that we're just meant to do this, so it was something that disturbed us. Yes.
So the way we asked our teacher, he didn't have a question, an answer to it.
Because he was probably teaching from the book.
Exactly. So we just moved on, and so fast forward to age. During the period we were in secondary school, we knew that naturally we are ambitious women. So we know that we can do more. We always want to get it done. How can we help? How can we show up? So at age 16, we already knew that no. And okay, I think our parents did not really allow us to have a phone. So we kept telling you that once you give us a phone, we promise to make the best out of it. So finally, you gave it to us. I remember the particular day on Instagram, we saw a young person. I think that was our turning point.
Yeah.
We saw a young guy from Abu Dhabi.
He was 9 years as at then.
That's him 9 years. He was
just frame it somewhere. They write on that significant 9. Nobody will understand, just both of you.
So at 9 years, he programmed. So now when we have us go to the beach and have fun, after having fun we litter, right? But this guy sat down and asked a different question: how do I help pick these dirt that end up going into the water body? So what he did is he programmed a robot at age 9 to pick out water waste from the water bodies and around. And at that point we're now like, at age 9, this person did this. Also, what were we doing at age 9? So we even still ask the question, what were we doing at age 9? So we discovered that it was the difference in their education his exposure and the rest. So that was when we got to know about the term change making, change makers. These are people that work towards creating change, and we started volunteering for organizations.
Because we're like, these are our people.
Yes.
We've always been, we felt like we belong to a group of people that like want to change the world and the rest. But it was more like we were searching for them. So we felt so excited. Yes, we're like, yes, these are our people.
Did you guys reach out to the guy?
Yes, we're
very good
friends.
friends.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So that makes it easier.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me take a step back to the models of learning.
Okay.
If I jump again. So which model works for you?
So
You'll not tell me.
okay.
There's a twin thing now.
Okay.
There's something I want to say for like my team said earlier that the theory was by Howard Gardner, that's a Harvard University professor. So the theory states that a student or a child has multiple, meaning that is not one, it can be so many.
So how many do
So
you have?
no,
I think is it okay to say have all? But the
I
thing
think
is,
it's okay to
in
say you have all.
yeah,
in
different levels, yeah,
percentages,
because each
levels.
intelligence has its own percentage. I could have spatial intelligence, but not at the level of the photographic memory level. Yeah, so it just varies.
So a combination of it's what makes geniuses.
Yeah.
Okay, now let me talk about the girl effect. So you tour the world, you impact a lot of girls, right? What makes you, what breaks your heart more? I'm speaking because, like I always say, I'm a girl. I root for women, I root for girls first. I have a son, but I'm training my son to understand that you can be anything you want to be. I have 2 kids. You can be anything you want to be. You can be not gender wise, you are a boy, first of all, but you can be anything you want. You can dream as much as you want to be. My son has a lot of skills. At 5, he's already drawing, he's already painting, he's already doing lots of things. He plays chess he plays chess very well. You know, my daughter is really, really intelligent too. My daughter is a maths guru. My son loves maths. So he solves maths without even blinking. He solves his sister's maths. So I was interested in the models and everything. So I get to look at it again. I get to learn, because these things also help us as parents to identify what works for which child. Right. So but back to our pep talk. So what breaks your heart the most? The girl who is brilliant but too scared to speak, or the girl who is ready but has no one to teach her to learn the ropes?
That's deep. Please, can you answer again?
Now, in the course of mentoring, teaching, educating girls, I'm sure you must have come across different girls, different ones, different intelligence level, everything different. The ones that have had people to teach them. But what's in this whole process, what breaks your heart the most? What has been the emotional moment for you in the course of meeting different girls? Is it the girl who is brilliant, but she's too scared to speak? So you have the job of identifying her and being able to nurture that, right? Sometimes they are hidden, they're just somewhere. Or the girl who is ready but has no one to teach her. Those ones are the ones that may not have the competence, but they're really ready to show up. So which of these, when you find yourself in these scenarios, when you find yourself in the mix of girls and you see this person, this personality and this personality, which one gets to you emotionally the most?
The second.
So,
the second one.
to begin with, they are both different, so their cases need to be managed differently. So one has competence and the other and the other one has confidence. So they need to, for the one
the brilliant one has confidence.
The brilliant one has competence.
Has competence. But
the other one has confidence.
Yes. So for the person that has confidence, she needs to understand the importance of competence. The fact that she needs to have skills, to have more knowledge. And I can see this based on a theory from a Canadian American psychologist who is Albert Bandura. So in the year 1977, he came up with this theory. He was trying to find out how people believe in themselves. So now what he noticed was that people who achieve things and become successful at them, they have like mastered experiences, they end up having good self-confidence. So if it's a situation whereby she has to be constantly put in a room where she achieves things that make her happy, even if it's small wins, big wins, but she's valued for that, she's made to see how special she is, that can help combat that, because it's a kind of cycle. We must take action first. So action will lead to belief, that you start believing that I can do this, and that belief will yield confidence, and the confidence will yield more action. So that is how it works for.
Okay, speaking of small wins, because I heard you mention small wins. Yeah, everyone sees laurels, right? But what's a small win that no one knows? I'm sure that you must have gotten something, an award, a laurel, something. Maybe a quiet one you haven't put out. Has there been anyone that you want to share? Something that maybe was small, but to you, it was small, maybe to every other person, but to you it was like a very big feat. Because your competence just saved the day at the time.
Okay. Excuse me. I will say it is not an award. The small win. I'll say the small win is being able to find strength in failure. So there were times when we failed so many times. There were times we felt we were not good enough. That was growing up. And the fact that we're able to grow past that is a very, very big, it's a small win for us. Yes,
adversity intelligence. Though 2023 we failed so many opportunities, and we've grown to a point whereby when we fail, now that's another important thing we as young people have to learn: adversity intelligence, ability to reshape your thinking to failure. Most times when we fail, we see like, oh, it's the end of the world. But how about it just means redirection, like just change the way you see, change your strategies. So in 2023 we failed so many opportunities. There was a time I was even I think in an eatery, and my phone a message popped up, it beeped, and I saw, unfortunately you didn't get the opportunity. I just carried the thing. It was so normal, and I was actually happy that I was able to move past that phase. So I'll just say,
I think what we did was we replaced being sad with
happiness, gratitude.
With gratitude, because the fact that you failed doesn't mean you are not good enough. And once you start thinking you are not good enough, it downplays everything about you.
But naturally, I tell people who are in business that failure is part of business.
Yes.
There is no way, and there is nobody who has to be honest with you that will tell you that they did not fail once. I started off entrepreneurship with a tourism company. Yeah, LPA Tours. Started for like 1 year, and I can tell you that for that 1 year till death, I did only one tour. Can you imagine how it was? And that was because one of my mentors then just took interest and said, oh, I'd like you to take my staff members to, where did we even go to? Bridge of No Return. So we got a bus, gave him the invoice, and that was the only one. So every school I went to apply for tours for or excursions, we got turned down. Right? We got turned down, and it got messy. He played with me because I was still very young, no mentors, nobody to hold your hands, just friends. I would just say, don't worry, it'll be better tomorrow, It just continue. But I was seeing my friends making money, and I was getting advice from people. I don't understand. Do you get? But then, after a year, I sat back. I think then I went for service in Anambra. I served in Anambra. In my self-con with my best friend of blessed memories, I just sat down and I told myself that, come on, people come into town, they are very young, they may not trust you with their safety to go around town, take them to different local governments. The people that know you can, but they could trust you with direction or with products or referrals or references or something. That's when I came up with the ad later. It was the first time I did that was with a ruler and a plain sheet in my room in Anambra. I just sat down and I started drawing out, I guess it was the Holy Spirit. Started drawing out dimensions, telling myself that, oh, if someone can pay you money someone can pay you 3,500 and get a small slot on this. It looked like a newspaper, a spread, a tabloid that had adverts all through. It was the first of its kind in Rio, an advertorial paper. So I just sat back, repurposed my failure, re-strategized, and got back in. Did the ad later, and at that time where people started businesses newly and getting on radio, TV, the local tabloids, social media was not a thing like that then. It was expensive. The ad later showed up. And then the first time I printed it, I had a full feature. We did that one out, did the second one. Second one was bad. The first one was really good. So I trusted the guy that printed for me with the second one. And when he came back from Lagos, because they printed in Lagos, came back, it was bad. The print was 100% bad. But what did we do? Trusted ourselves. We still shared it. Bad as it bad. So we were not just there in the office and shared it out. Got people still came back because of the efforts. Then the third one, it kept growing, and then the advent of social media came on. What I'm trying to say is that amidst failure, amidst tears, you can just repurpose your strength.
Yes.
I did that. So when I speak with people say, oh, we had this downside, I'm like, oh, well, I've been there, so I understand that failure is part of business. As a matter of fact, if you don't fail in business, then you're lying to yourself. There's something you're hiding. Even the top rich billionaires actually fail.
Yeah.
And if they're honest, they will tell you. I've listened to lots and lots of people, and it's part of it. Actually part of it. So well done.
Thank you.
Well done for not giving up. It's very important. Well done. Okay, so let me ask, maybe we have just 2 questions because we have to also, being a competent person most times evolves into burnouts.
Yeah.
You may not want to say it, but you don't want to be honest, but so long as you are good at this thing, you have tendencies of people dumping those things on you. So you get on a team and you are the only competent person on the team. Let me even use a school project, for instance, because that's like the easiest way to relate. A school project group, 20 people. And then you're the one that has the knowledge, the experience. Do you know that the possibility of everybody leaving that project for you is like 99%?
Yes.
It leads to burnout. Have you ever faced that? How did you manage it?
Okay, at the early part of our work, like our journey, we not really experience being burnt out
Was you
until
excited?
yes, until recently when I was like, okay, so this word actually has a meaning. Like we felt it.
Okay.
So I will say there are times, okay, the first thing is when we go into, now should I relate it to us and our team members, or we're going to a school and want to introduce a system to them?
Let's look at your team members,
Okay.
because the school, there are more like external factors.
Okay.
Your team members are people on your team. They understand your vision. They know what they need to do. You understand? And if they leave things for you to do, it's intentional.
Yes.
The other ones may leave those things because they do not have the idea.
Exactly. Yes. So I think for us the problem was that our team of volunteers, they were so excited to join. They told us things they would do and the rest. And we had a meeting with them. It was an amazing period. They saw the things we were going to do and how they were going to be part of the project. And then along the line, we will be like on the group chat, because we have a WhatsApp community. We'll be like, hello, what's going on? I thought you said you would do this. But then at some point when we start asking the right questions, we realized that they didn't even understand. They know, some people know what they want to do, but most times it's hard to, understand, like especially when you're working with people that don't understand what you want them to do. So we had to make them see themselves in the project, because if they do not see how they come in, it will be hard. So that was what we experienced too. We had to have a meeting again to tell them that, okay, this is what we are doing, this is how you show up, and it's best for you to show up like this, because it's also going to help you understand yourself more and know how to be part of creating change and the rest. So we had to teach them about the project. They had to understand it more. So do you want to add something?
Yeah, I have something to add. So when it comes to being burnt out, the very first thing is to be aware. That's why self-awareness plays. Now, most people experience it, but they are not aware that is what they're experiencing. And the truth is, most people don't understand themselves. They do not know how to name a particular emotion.
Yeah.
So they just feel, I don't just know what is wrong with me. I just know that something is doing me, but I can't.
I'm just tired.
Yeah, I think that's true.
Yes. So once you are self-aware and you realize that, the second thing is to call it out. You calling it out shows that you refuse to give you power
over you.
Now it's like you are deceiving yourself. You know that going this direction will help you, but you are just choosing not to go that direction. So you're calling it out. You're like, okay, that means I'm feeling burnt out, and I know this because this is happening to me. This is the pattern. Fine. You could do it in different ways. Maybe you draw a sheet, get a paper, like whenever I feel this way, this is how I will solve you. When I feel this way, this is how I will solve you.
Or you could have an accountability partner too.
So that is ways you could help yourself whenever you feel burnt out.
Or you could just take a break.
Yeah, and what we also do is we prioritize breaks. So whenever we feel like maybe it's being it's too much, just say, okay, fine, let's take a break. Let's rebrand ourselves. Yes, then we can come back stronger. Can you remember when we started newly? We'll send emails to brands, organizations. You don't get any response because I don't know, for different reasons. So we didn't get responses.
Maybe it's not part of your CSR.
I think it was actually what we reach out for. It concerns them, but we don't just get responded to, and we're like. And we also had our organization at that point. So we're like, okay, so if Bill Gates is to reach out to a brand, they will definitely respond. If we started mentioning prestigious people, they will definitely respond. Who are we?
So you need to find yourself.
Like, why should people listen to you? You are a twin, so what? You are this person, who cares? So you need to go back and rebrand. So that was how we went back, and we know how to tell ourselves the truth, or each other the truth. So that's how we went back. We worked on ourselves. Before you knew it, when we came back, we were working with Malala Yousafzai. That's the youngest Nobel Peace Prize laureate. Working with her, working with the likes of the United Nations and the rest. So we got rewarded because we took a step and we took a major decision. So the best thing is just be aware that you have it, call it out, and try to find best ways that will create to solve them.
I must say I have had 1, an educative session, 2, an interesting session, and 3, an interactive session. I've learned a lot. I have unlearned, and I will relearn. And I'm so glad that you guys were able to make it to this show. And again, I'll say thank you for lending your voices, your time, your energy, your resources, your finances. In a world where a lot of people prioritize self-care, you are here giving out, putting out, serving humanity. Serving humanity sometimes will make you displease yourself. But you just want to be there. You are there for other people. You want other people to be great and all of that. So I will say thank you. Thank you for coming on our show. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Sorry, I've not looked at the camera since because I've been engrossed in this conversation. This conversation has got me thinking. and I know I'm going to think a whole lot more. Thank you for staying till now on the show. If you're watching this show till this moment, know that you are an amazing person, you are a rare gem, you have learned something. And Foundhers Unfiltered podcast shows on our YouTube channel, Foundhers, and also you can quickly just search the playlist Founders Unfiltered. We are on socials, that's TikTok, Instagram, Facebook as Foundhers. Please do well to leave us a follow, do well to subscribe, do well to like our pages, attend one of our events. We have amazing events. Last year we had the brunch, Deals Over Brunch for female founders. This year we had the International Women's Day Conference. It was a dinner. It was amazing. It was like a life-changing time for us. I learned a whole lot. We had amazing speakers come on board. We had Wime Ivy King, we had Dr. Inalegu, the MD of Champions. We had Mrs. Nsentip from Ibom Air. We had a debate which we spoke on social media, the impact of social media on women. We also had a live podcast that talked about mental health. It was really, really interesting, and we look forward to having you and you on our next edition or our next event. I hope you guys make our time to attend.
Definitely.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much, and do have an amazing day. My name is Unyume Umedimo Ebong, and I am your host with the most. Bye. Okay, so we have something from Founders. On behalf of Founders team, I want to say thank you for coming on our show. Thank you very much for coming on our show. We do appreciate, and we hope to see you and hope to work with you in the near future.
Same here.
Thank you.
Let's take a picture.